Hello dear students, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today topic of discussion is the equivalence of DFA and the NDFA. For every NDFA, there exists a DFA which simulates the behavior of NDFA. DFA can be simulate the behavior of NDFA by increasing the number of states. To understand about this definition, let's take an example. For this, construct a deterministic automata equivalent to a machine. As we know, deterministic automata has 5 tuples and NDFA also is defined by the 5 tuples. The first show the number of states. These are Q0, Q1. 0 and 1 show the value of sigma, that is second tuple, set of inputs. This is the transition function. Q0 is the initial state and this Q0 show as a final state. This means in this NDFA, Q0 behave as a initial state as well as behave like a final state. That's why Q0 is represented with the circle that show it is as a final state, and this arrow show it behave like a initial state. And transition function is given by its state values that shown in the transition table, like Q0 behave as an initial and final state that I earlier discussed. Here two inputs are used, one is 0, another one is 1. When we provide the 0 input at Q0 state, the next state is Q0. And when we provide the 1 input at Q0, the next state is Q1. Same with the second state, that is Q1. For this 0, when we provide the 0 input, the next state will be the Q1, and for 1 input, next state is Q0, Q1. For this NDFA, how it is determined this is NDFA? On this state. Because when we provide a 1 input on the Q1 state, we will get the two different states. These are Q0 and Q1. So this shows that this is the NDFA. Now, for the equivalence of NDFA and DFA, we have to convert this state into a deterministic state. This is the non-deterministic because on 1 input, Q1 may goes to the Q0 as well as at a Q1. It is non-deterministic, that's why this behave like a NDFA. Now, for the conversion of this NDFA into the DFA, we have to convert it firstly, write down the states. Next is its input. As in the NDFA, there are two inputs, 0 and 1. So same inputs are shown in the DFA table, transition table, that is 0 and 1. At the first step, phi represent if no state, no input, this means no transition is performed. That may be the possibility. Next, in the second case, Q0. Q0 is the initial state. Check from this table. When we provide the 0 input at Q0, the next state is Q0. Same right in this table. When at the Q0 we provide the 0 input, then the next state is Q0. Because in this step there is no issue of the NDFA, non-deterministic states. Here are the deterministic states. These are same in case of the DFA transition table. Same when in this table we provide the 1 input at Q0, we will get the next state, that is Q1. Again, this is the deterministic state. So write as it is in the DFA transition table. That is at the Q1 when we provide the 1 input, the next state is Q1. Now check for the next state, that is Q1. For the Q1, when we provide the 0 input, the next state is Q1. Again, this Q1 is deterministic, so no issue. We choose Q1. Why we choose this Q1? Because Here are two states. At this step, here are two states Q0 and Q1. We already write the definition of Q0. Next we choose among these two, that is the Q1. Now check for the Q1. At a Q1, when we provide the 0 input, next state is Q1. So write as it is because it is the deterministic state. Now, the main issue arises when Q1 have an input 1. At that time, there are two non-deterministic states, that are Q0 and Q1. Due to these states, these behave like a NDFA. Now for the conversion of this NDFA into the DFA, combine these two states into a one state within the bracket and show that now this is the deterministic state, that is Q0 and Q1. In the previous table, Q0 and Q1 are two individual states, but when we write these two states within the brackets, it behaves like a single state. Now check. Here we write the definition of Q0 as well as we write the definition of Q1, but still there is a pending definition of Q0 and the Q1. Check for the Q0 and Q1. Now Q0, Q1 behave like a present state. Now check for the 0 input. In this table, check for the Q0 and Q1. When we provide the 0 input at Q0 and Q1, at that time Q0 and Q1 next states will be there. I will again repeat. When we provide the 0 input at Q0, Q1, the next states will be the Q0, Q1. So combine here the state Q0, Q1. Now it again write within the bracket so that it behave like a single state, not the two non-deterministic states. Now for the next one input, when we provide the one input at the Q0, Q1, the next states are Q1, Q0, Q1. Rather than writing this twice and remove this repetition, write it as a Q0 and the Q1. Hope students, you clear about the transition table of the DFA. Now for next, for the deterministic automata, there are here three steps are used. First, the states are for the Q0, Q1, the subset states are phi, Q0, Q1, Q0 and Q1. Set to our DFA transition table. Now, in this table, Q0 behave like an initial state. So write Q0 as a initial state here, so represented with the help of arrow. In this NDFA transition table, there is only one final state, that is Q0. But in case of the DFA transition table, as I discussed in the definition, it increased the number of states. So here one more state that contains the Q0, Q1, that contains the Q0 is Q0, Q1. So in the case of DFA transition table, there are two final states. One is Q0 and another one is Q0, Q1. So we conclude that for the deterministic automation machine, there are a state of subset Q0, Q1, that is phi, Q0, Q1, Q0 and Q1. In this DFA, secondly, we determine Q0 behave as an initial state. Third, we determine that Q0 and Q0, Q1 are the final state, as both contains the Q0, that is the final state in case of the NDFA. And the transition of the DFA is defined like this. Hope students, now you able to understand how we convert the NDFA into the DFA. Now I am telling you how to draw the transition diagram based on this table. Here take a first state, that is your Q0. Take Q0 and this is the initial state. It also behave like a final state, so make it like this. This also show it is the final state. At the zero input Q naught, when we provide the zero input at Q naught, then Q naught comes itself. So here show. So this is shown by this loop. This loop shows that when we provide the zero input at the Q naught comes itself. Now check for the one input. When we provide the one input at Q naught, the next state is Q1. So right here, when we provide the one input at Q naught, arrow show the flow of transition. That is from Q naught to Q1. When we provide the one input, then the next state is the Q1. Now come to the Q1 state. At the Q1, when we provide the zero input, then Q1 comes itself. As I earlier said, this is shown with the help of loop. This show when we provide the zero input, then Q1 comes itself. And at the one input, Q1, when we provide the one input at the Q1, the next state will be the Q naught Q1. So right here, when we provide Q naught and Q1, when we provide the one input at Q1, the next state will be the Q naught Q1. Now as shown within the transition table, this state also behave like a final state. So show it with the concentric circle. Now check for the Q naught Q1. When we provide the zero input at Q naught Q1, it comes itself. So write like this. Now check for the one input. When we provide the Q naught Q1 at 1, the next state again same. So write it with the comma. This is the last DFA transition diagram that show the DFA. That means here all states are increased. In case of the NDFA, there are 2 states, but in case of the DFA, there are 3 states. But now all the states are deterministic states. Hope students you know how to convert the NDFA into the DFA. If you understand, then like the channel. Students, hope you understand the lecture and you understand how to convert the NDFA into the DFA in very easy way. If you understand, then like this channel. Also share this channel with your friends so that they also avail the services. And beta, at last also subscribe the channel for the future references. Thank you.